you see Ryan Garcia. First, he's praising Canelo, right?
Yep.
He's praising Canelo, right? You want to learn from Canelo? You in Canelo training camp? Now it's all hate. Oh, I don't like him. I don't like this. I don't like him. I don't. Accomplish what Canelo has accomplished, then speak bad about him. You don't need, but you need to speak bad about him no way, because we all need to just stay in our own lane and do us. So you really don't need to speak bad about him no way. If you went to his camp to learn from him and to be a student. One thing about Canelo, he gonna step up to the plate and do what he got to do. He gonna fight.
What's good, family? It's your man the YB, back once again. Big love to my doggy, Karan Shaota, for keeping your man the YB coin boosted at all times, 100%. So, we just heard there from your mans, Floyd Mayweather sucking off Canelo. Oh my god. Listen, I've got another video coming tomorrow. Yeah. Floyd slurping up Canelo all of a sudden. I don't know what it is. I'm telling you, man. It's been some cabal announcement. Yeah, all these zesty celebrity cabal cats have been told this year, or the second half. It must be the second half. The second half of 2022 is some sort of cabal convention, and they've all been told to start sucking off all your ops. Why do I say that? Well, Tyson Fury, the man who's been... Tyson Fury wrote the book on punking Anthony Johnston. Yeah, Anthony Johnston has been punked by Tyson Fury since time began. Yeah, there's not many things certain about this universe, but Tyson Fury mugging off Anthony Johnston has been one certain thing you can take to the bank until the second half of 2022. Yeah, Tyson Fury comes out, leave him alone, he's a real man, yeah, giving it all to, AJ's a real man, and AJ's rich, and you lot ain't rich, and stop trolling him, and, yeah, and then, I thought, you know what, maybe it's just Fury being zesty, yeah, maybe it's just Fury being hypocritical, like he always is, maybe it's just Fury flip-flopping, like his gloves, oops, yeah, but listen, next thing I know, minding my business, and I see a video of Floyd Mayweather sucking off Canelo. I'm thinking, what the fuck? Now, I ain't gonna lie to you, part of me, I'm sure Floyd loves losers. Do you understand? Yeah? Don't forget, 2 months ago, or 3 months ago, before Canelo lost, yeah, Floyd, did you hear anything good out of Floyd? And I'm pretty sure that Ryan Garcia's beef went back before Canelo lost. And maybe it was certainly around the time. You didn't hear Floyd say nothing. In fact, at that time, I'm sure just about when Canelo was about to fight Bivol, Floyd announced some weird thing. You know, Floyd's always trying to steal Canelo's limelight when Canelo was undefeated still, yeah? Floyd was, in fact, I'm sure, yeah, again, on that fight week, Floyd had some interviews and was just going hard on Canelo, saying he was easy work, saying he taxed his ass, all that kind of stuff. Nothing good to say. But now that Canelo is a loser, Floyd love him now. Leave Canelo alone. He a Hall of Famer. Yeah? I find that... Well, we know Floyd. Floyd a female, man. Yeah? And females are very competitive in the pack. Females move as a pack. Yeah? So now Floyd knows he's a top female. He happy. He can... You know what I'm saying? When he wasn't sure if he was a top female, when it was Canelo versus Floyd, Floyd weren't interested. Yeah? Floyd saw Canelo as direct competition among the other females. So that's why he couldn't get along. Now Floyd knows he's the top woman. He happy now, and he can appreciate other people's good attributes. That's why I don't rate nothing. That's Floyd. He flip flop, yeah. But anyway, man, let's get to the actual quotes here. Now you know where this energy is coming from, because I don't care what no one says. As I mentioned, Fury and AJ is like Canelo and Mayweather. Them two. Let's be serious now. Have you ever heard Canelo and Mayweather say anything? I mean, Canelo hasn't necessarily punked Floyd, but they've been almost arch enemies for years. All of a sudden, they're both sucking each other off. What's that? I don't know. You might tell. Is it me? Am I wrong? Or have we never heard Floyd salute Canelo like that? Like I said, Floyd was actively mugging Canelo off. His easy work, yeah, he was light work and I punked him, and it's weird. Now he's saying leave. Oh man, Canelo, he a Hall of Famer, and Ryan Garcia, you need to step up, and all this kind of stuff. Anyway, let's get to the quotes, like I said. So, as you heard at the start of the video, Floyd came in the cut, and he said, you see Ryan Garcia. First, he's praising Canelo. He want to learn from Canelo. In the video of Canelo's training camp, like Diddy at the 100%, like Diddy at the BET Awards. Yeah, you see Ryan Garcia. First, he's praising Canelo. Want to learn from Canelo. All up inside Canelo's training video camp, like Diddy. Yeah. Now it's all hate. Accomplish what Canelo has accomplished. Then air him out. Listen, man. I don't know where this shows you that Floyd always says, oh man, I don't watch my opponents, but yet he's saying word for word what Canelo said to Ryan Garcia. Canelo said, Ryan, you haven't achieved nothing. Yeah? And now all of a sudden, Mr. Floyd, who don't watch nothing, is parroting what Canelo said. Let me tell you this, I'm sick of that whole narrative. I don't care what you accomplished, oops, the facts are the facts. Yeah, no, I'm not saying you, man. No, I'm the first. I've been riding Mr. TikTok Garcia. But Ryan Garcia made a fair point. He said, listen, Canelo, yeah? If I could fight Matthew Hatton, let's be real now. Who do you think would win, Ryan Garcia or Matthew Hatton? Oops, I'd back Ryan. So on that basis, Canelo for his first world championship fought Matthew Hatton. Like I said, oops, because if we can all fight Matthew Hatton, we'd all be world champions. That's what Ryan Garcia said. I can't argue with that. So let's scratch this whole accomplish thing. Accomplishments are relative. Same as Floyd. I'm sorry. Floyd says he's some sort of, I'm an 8-time world champion. You're an 8-time bum champion. You're the bum slayer. I'm sorry, people. Yes, in Floyd's earlier career, he fought some decent names. He did what he was supposed to do. But later on, the last 10 years of his career, ever since De La Hoya whooped him, he was the bum slayer. He was the old bum slayer at that. Mosley, old. Cotto, old. Who else you got? Whoever you want, old. Pacquiao, he would have beat Pacquiao anyway, but still old. Yeah? And yeah, I'm older than Pacquiao. Pacquiao's style was a young and explosive style. Floyd has that slow granddad kind of style. Yeah, that's nothing wrong with that. I'm just saying what it is. Floyd has that slow granddad. He reduced everyone's pace down to granddad pace. Pacquiao had the explosive, work rate, young style. And in my opinion, there's a reason it took Floyd 10 years to get the fight done. He waited till Pacquiao was... Again, listen to the words I'm saying here, people, yeah? Floyd would have beat Pacquiao anyway. But let's be real here. I like to think we all knew how that fight was going to go in 2015. In 2010, it was or 2012, it was a lot more intriguing. Now people can say, oh, but Pacquiao was juiced. I don't know about all that. All I know is Floyd's resume is proper average. The last 10 years of his career is average as it gets. Robert Guerrero, Andre Berto, super average. Yeah? So this talk about accomplish what he accomplished, no. You, man, in all fairness to Canelo's resume, well, the first decent guy he fought, let's be real now, is Caleb Plant going in the Hall of Fame? No. Yeah? Is Billy Joe Sausages going in the Hall of Fame? No. I'd probably say Bivol is the only guy Canelo's fought recently who's legitimately going to probably end up in the Hall of Fame. Oops, and he lost. Yeah? So what are we doing here? Yeah? These guys, I'm sorry, yeah? And I'm not saying, you man know, I'm the first one to say, Ryan Garcia, he a talker. He Mr. TikTok. But that said, I ain't gonna sit here and cap, yeah? Canelo, really, what's he done? It sounds mad and whatever else, but I've been saying for a long time, Canelo should be fighting the winners of these guys. It's not Canelo's fault, but the fact of the matter is, people, we don't even know how good Plant is, do we? What's he done? Nothing. And I've been saying that before he fought Canelo and after. All we know is that Canelo knocked him out. We don't know how good Billy Joe is. He hasn't fought no one. This era of fighters, they fight once every 2 years, and when they fight, it's against a bum. which means you've got a whole bunch of unproven world champions. Billy Joe got a belt off of... Billy Joe's belt was acquired off some vacant random belt. Yeah, so what do you mean accomplish what Canelo's accomplished? To be fair to Ryan Garcia, yeah, I actually believe if Ryan Garcia could get a belt the same way Billy Joe did off some random vacant thing, I think he would. Ryan Garcia is in the division which is full of Hall of Famers. Tank, in my opinion, will be Hall of Fame. Devin Haney, will be Hall of Fame. Lomachenko, Hall of Fame. Do you understand? So, Canelo, the Hall of Famers he's fought. Bivol, he lost. Golovkin, super close fight. Those are the ones I'll give Canelo credit for. He ain't getting no credit from me from any more of these bums. Yeah? So, yeah, Canelo's got... Well, Canelo lost to Floyd, lost to Bivol, and he beat Golovkin. Barely beat Golovkin. That's realistically what Canelo's actually done against his peers. Yeah? People say Canelo, or Floyd himself said Canelo's going in the Hall of Fame. Okay, fine. But if you win the Hall of Fame, I ain't going to compare you against random bums like Plant and random bums like Billy Joe Sausages who have done nothing. What have they done? Apart from getting knocked out by Canelo. Yeah, that's what their claim to fame isn't by beating anyone. Their claim to fame is that Canelo knocked them out. And you don't get credit from that in my book. Ryan Garcia, I'm not being funny here, but Ryan Garcia's resume ain't too different than Canelo's. And it is, obviously it is, but you know what I'm saying? When you actually look around the place. And I guarantee you, Ryan Garcia, if he could nick a belt off some bum, he'd do it. But there ain't no bums around. His division is full of Hall of Famers. Yeah? So, this accomplishment thing, it's relative. And I'm sick of hearing it anyway. And also bear in mind, people, Ryan Garcia is young. Is he doing anything now? No. I'm not saying he's gonna, but I'm just saying... Canelo's 34-year-old or 33-year-old. And Floyd's telling... a 20-year-old guy, oh, you can't say anything until you've... Well, how's he supposed to do anything at 20? Yeah, like he said, if there was some Matthew Hatton bums with belts, he'd be in there. I do believe that, honestly. I believe, as scary as you might know me, Ryan Garcia is a #1 TikTok star. He ain't a boxer, but still. Even though he ain't a boxer, or even though he ain't trying to get busy with it, with Tank and Devin or whatever else, I know for a fact, if there was a Matthew Hatton, like Canelo was able to fight for a belt, Ryan Garcia and De La Hoya would be all over it. That's what I believe, actually, that's what they're looking for. I believe Ryan Garcia is sitting back, hoping he gets a Matthew Hatton kind of one, or a vacant belt kind of one. Devin Haney moves up and all the 4 belts have gone and he can nick a belt. That's what I think, they'd jump at that. So, on that basis, we have similar accomplishments. Oops. Yeah? But anyway, man, listen. End of the day, Canelo, he... 6 months ago, he was a favourite fighter, but that was my mistake. It was our mistake, because we were not holding him to the right standard. The standard we hold Canelo to is how he performs against his peers. And he hadn't fought any of his peers. Not his fault, necessarily. It's not Canelo's fault that all of his division's bums. Same as Floyd, really. Well, no, tell a lie. Canelo has fought better people than Floyd. Billy Joe and Plant are better than Berto and Guerrero, 100%. But still, fact of the matter is, what do you do when you're in there with your Hall of Fame peers? That's the starting line. Well, that's the measuring line here. Yeah? So, get rid of all these old heads talking about accomplishments. Ain't no one trying to hear that, man. What are you saying? Yeah? I can't lie to you either way. Whatever this topic is, yeah, I don't like the fact Floyd's sucking Canelo off now. I just don't like it. Don't feel right to me. And given the history about staying, Floyd talking about Ryan Garcia needs to stay in his lane. You need to stay in your lane. Yeah? Exhibition lane. You need to keep fighting some random ass bums on exhibition. That's what you need to do. Since we're talking about lanes, what lane are you in, Floyd? Yeah? Just selling these bum ass exhibitions. 100%.